And we are back with semifinals of Paddling Pool 216. I am Pat here with Asect. Asect, we have a rematch. I mean, not a rematch, but a replay of RR on Clan Blitz Inkblot.
Yeah, this team has just played Clan Blitz Inkblot in the very last set we saw. So we're running it back. We're going to see how they play again. And is that the actual Arashi? Or is that a different Arashi? I see them on the roster right now.
Okay, so there are two Arashis. This is the Arashi from Comet.
Okay.
Not
that does make sense.
Most famous one, but it's the other Arashi.
That doesn't seem like it'd be a common name. That's really unfortunate that like both of those players chose the same name.
It happens.
But it happens. Though I don't think anyone will ever steal my name.
There's a lot of bats around.
Anyways, we're headed right into this next set, and we're seeing an ink brush. That's really quirky. I really like that ink brush. Tetra heavy in Splash Neo.
Yeah,
that's a really interesting comp.
Arashi is very fond of that ink brush, and always good to have an ink brush on the Clan Blitz to really put the enemy team on edge when it's the ink brush going to flank on these stupid things. And Arashi already getting a pick, using the whale on the inkjet and forcing RR on the back. And right now Sub Comet is pushing in.
Oh no, they missed that ball. That's really unfortunate. There is not really a way to get that back. Oh, yikes. But I do like how Sub Comet completely disrupted RR's play there. You could see the splash going for an early crab tank. They wanted to crab tank an inkjet right off the bat, but it didn't work out because their brush just flanked them. And here you can see this brush running around trying to stall this inkjet, but the hitbox change, it doesn't work anymore. It's a lot harder to stall the inkjet since it has that AoE that is actually consistent now. But here we see that Sub Comet is still gaining ground, and they've gotten mid back. Arashi with the ink brush sitting pretty in mid here, trying to look for an opportunity to really get in here. If I was that brush right now, my eyes would be right on that machine, and it does look like that is the case. The machine does go down, as well as a splash to the tri-strike. Arashi continuing to try to push in a little bit, trying to make a flank ride as well, just causing chaos with the Tetra as well, hopefully.
Sub Comet ready to push again, one player down, but it's the inverse. The inverse will be back anyways. The Tetra is down. Kaneko is going to get splatted with the ball. Sub Comet, despite having good control, they have yet to put a single clamp in. And
but it is just the ballpoint here.
Yeah, that could be finally the opportunity to make some point. The ballpoint is going to go down to... And no! No!
Not again!
Not again! Stop!
Oh. Not a single point. That's rough.
Shambles right now.
Are we sure RR hasn't illegally modified their basket to have a repulsive force? we see Sub Comet here trying to get some control back in, really recovering from that kind of embarrassing play twice, maybe 3 times now. I've lost track. But they have taken a loss of the ink brush going down. The Stamper pushing in with Zipcaster going down as well. Heavy going down. People are dying left and right here. Tetra's fighting the other team's ballpoint. Ooh.
That's very much aggressive right now. Sub Comet getting back control of that stack with the help of the tri-strike. Arashi has to leave space, has to leave the platform to RR, and Sub Comet is looking to advance once again. Can they make another ball, and can they put it in the basket? That's all we want to see right now. Just one ball in the basket, even if they don't get lead.
They're going for the jump.
We want to see it. Come on!
It's finally connected.
Yes! And they get lead! And 2 down, but Reef Slider is going to get a trade, at least a delayed wipe on Sub Comet, but Sub Comet has the lead right now. They are finally able to put clams in the basket. You have to
minute
aim.
30 seconds. A minute 30 seconds left in the game, and they finally managed to get the ball to go into the basket. That's how Clone Blitz goes sometimes. But it does look like RR is preparing for a special push. They have the Zipcaster out, they have the Inkjet out. Devastating picks here. Inkjet getting 2, maybe 3. But no, one player stays alive, and that might just be enough. Arashi on the Zipcast, on the Inkjet recall here. Trying to make some chaos. That is actually going to disrupt their push. They don't have a very big lead right now. Really, 1 ball and 2 clams is all that they need to get the lead back here on RR. So, Sub Comet needs to play this very carefully here.
Sub Comet, with the composition that they have, they need to stay aggressive. They cannot take too much risk, because if they do, they will give another push to RR, and RR right now they have 3 specials at the ready. They get the pick on Arashi, that's one less thing to think about, and the pick on the Tetris too. It's just the heavy on the splash to defend right now, and RR is ready to push in. That ball is there.
They can't let the ball get in the basket here. It's just a ball point.
And it's a wipe! They open the basket, they get wiped, and with 5 points as lead, Sub Comet is going to take game 1. What a game!
Wow. That was really crazy. One of the weirdest Clone Blitz games I've ever watched.
Yeah,
I mean, there were barely any points scored that game. I think there was a total of I think there was a total of 3 pushes that game in terms of the ball actually going into the basket.
Yeah.
And 2 of them were literally like just 1 ball going into the basket.
But if Sub Comet managed to put their balls in the basket, they scored 20 extra points. And that's not nothing. But right now, Sub Comet is taking game 1. And RR, it's their turn to counterpick.
The instant counterpick of Zone's Museum here. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Especially, this does make sense because RR's team is a lot more passive. This map generally lends itself to long-range weapons pretty well. Like, E-Leader is a very classic pick on this map. But you can also play really flanky. I really want to see what that Inkbrush and Tetris are going to do on this map. Because you do have that right flank. And if you drop down there, you could do some crazy stuff.
We can see the lobby, and RR, they instantly selected Zone's Museum, pressed A, and right now I can see 4 check marked. They all pressed A right away. They know exactly that mode. They know exactly what they want to do. And
these guys are prepared.
They are discussing right now, okay, what do we do? What can we expect? We know they're good. We know this is their map. What do we do?
We're gonna have to see what they do here. I'm really excited. I think this game is just gonna be entertaining either way. When you have a Brush and a Tetra on the same team, it's just gonna be interesting to watch. A Hydra?
A Hydra? That Hydra could counter the ballpoint well but I feel like RR is going to throw a lot of burst bombs and bombs at the Hydra.
The Tetris went for a flank and then instantly jumped out.
And that Temper is getting 2 picks right away. The ledge camping potential of Katanas is so strong, and RR in full control already.
Wow, this is like clockwork here. These guys have practiced this map a lot, you can tell.
Oh, yeah.
Hydra goes down from the Zip. Zip potentially is going to get a pick on the New Splash, but no. And is the recall going to get camped? No, they get a pick on the New Splash, trying to camp the recall. Pulling out that Uno reverse card, and they are still in control of the zone. Sub Comet is 2 down. That Hydra is dropping on the flank.
The Hydra is getting a big bunch right now.
Oh, wow. The Hydra is, I think, trying to bait people to rush them here. Because they are actually in a very good spot to try and get cover here. And here comes the Bria. Bria comes out. Pick on the splash as well. Whale comes out from the brush. This is really their only chance. There is 20 points left on the board. If they go down here, that is game. This is all that they have left. Tri-Strikes going out. 8 points left on the board, and they don't have that much paint on the zone. Tetris go down, and that is going to be a wipe! And that is going to be a 0 to 100 KO from RR. That was like clockwork.
RR, they're showing that, okay, Cloud Blitz Inkblot, that's our weak mode. We don't like it. But if you bring us to a map mode that we like, that we choose, there is no stopping us. That was so clean by RR.
Yeah, that was really insane. They just got the early picks, got into their plat, and then just snowballed for the entire game.
Yeah,
I honestly think that Zones is the quickest KO in the game. Now that Rainmaker has checkpoints, I think Zones is the fastest game mode. It's so brutal because if you wipe like twice, then it's game over. It's like Rainmaker in Splatoon 2. It's very interesting. It has some of that Rainmaker spirit, so...
Yeah, I think that in real-life games where teams will get at each other and give each other something to go, yeah, on zones you can still KO very fast if you deny 1 or 2 push from the defending team. That's it, that's over.
Yeah, you think about what you have to do in Rainmaker to KO. You have to usually win the opening pop, get a really big stagger on the enemy team, potentially a wipe, and then push up, get the checkpoint, wait for the Rainmaker to respawn, and then shred the Rainmaker shield, and then fight the team again while you have the Rainmaker, and then get the Rainmaker, and then move it to the final checkpoint before anyone respawns. That's pretty much how you want to KO in Rainmaker, and that's really hard to do. In zones, all you have to do is push up into their plat and win a team fight twice.
Yep.
If you can win that first opening team fight, then you pretty much just have to win one more and the game's over. It's really brutal in that sense.
But we are now going to a game mode that's less likely to be fast. Tower control on MakoMart. There are so many opportunities to stop the enemy. You can still snowball things and get things really ugly, but I feel like Sub Comet has the opportunity to come back at any time on this map mode, and that's what I want to see. But you have to take care of that Stamper, that Platana Stamper, if under the ledge can cause so much damage, and has caused so much damage so far.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting to see. I feel like this is kind of a weird counterpick. Tower control is Brush's worst mode, and it's kind of RR's comp's best mode. Tower control tends to enforce the meta the most out of any single game mode. You're gonna see like Splash Machine, that kind of stuff on TC the most. The meta is very extreme here. So counterpicking tower control is very interesting. They have to have a really strong plan here. And ooh, we see that Tetra flanking the Crab Tank, but getting picked off by that Stamper right off the bat.
And 2 peaks on Sub Comet, but RR with just 1 down. Another going down for Sub Comet. And RR is going to go to checkpoint 1. It's just the Inkblot right now. The Inkblot cannot attack on their own. The checkpoint is going to go to RR.
And here comes the Inkjet going out, but no one is currently riding tower. They have to switch tower. And ooh, the whale actually picked off the Inkjet. That's not something you see every day. This Tetra fighting the machine here. Almost hitting about 3 shots on them. The machine might be able to get cleaned up by their team. They are forced to jump out in the end. So that is fairly good for Sub Comet here.
That's the end of that push for RR, but they got that first checkpoint. That first checkpoint goes a long way to facilitating later pushes. Sub Comet, they have yet to really get something going in mid. Looks like RR are enjoying this map mode. As you said, this is very good for them right now. Arashi getting picked by the machine. That's going to give RR the opportunity to push again.
Yeah, this is a really big stack here, but ooh, the reslider going in, getting a pick, the Tetra getting 2, and potentially going to be able to push off of this, finding the ball point here, getting 3, and that is a wipe. Very good triple from that Tetra, but will they be able to keep this momentum up? They need to be able to get this checkpoint and then hop onto Snipe. That's how you keep up the momentum on this map mode.
That Tetra
It looks like they are on snipe here, I think. Yeah, the machine is fighting the brush. And that is going to be very good for them. The Wavebreaker coming out. Going to really get a lot of work done here. The brush is completely behind them here. Everything is topsy-turvy. The bases are turned around. And it's just the Heavy Splatling left to try and contest this Stamper. Trying to get off a charge. The Heavy having to retreat into the enemy spawn.
Yeah, you're retreating the wrong way, buddy.
That's the point in time where you wish Heavy Deco came out just a little bit sooner, because at that point you just pop Kraken and you leave. You turn the situation right around, but unfortunately that just isn't quite out yet. But RR does have a lot of momentum here. The Heavy is gone down yet again, and they have 2 potentially 3 specials going out at this very point. The Brush trying to get a flank, gonna try to pressure Tower here, but it's not gonna be very easy. They get the pick on the Crab Tank. The Booyah Bomb comes out to try and displace them though, and that is going to be almost the lead for RR.
RR not getting the lead, and that's going to be the end of that push. Very nice pick by the Heavy on the jump spot. That means Sub Comet gets to attack again. Right?
It is, yeah, it is just the splash left, but it does look like their team has regrouped a little bit. Oh, but the ballpoint is very much stuck in this corner, forced to jump out. The machine trying to pressure the tower, but they could get picked off here by this Tetra. They're really just trying to fight tower here, but Sub Comet is keeping up the aggression. Reef Slider coming out, but they do go down. That's just how this mission is sometimes. But it does look like RR has managed to get their footing back, but this Tri-Strike is going to make things just a little bit more complicated for them here.
It's like Sub Comet can output so much aggressivity at once. But RR, they are most solid most of the time, and right now it's just the splash left standing for Sub Comet. They're going to hide in the corner, be ready to flank and pincer whenever needed. They just need to deny that push, to deny the lead. And right now it looks like that's going to be harder.
Oh, the Tetra needs to get this. These people need to win this fight here. If they don't win this fight, then that could be game. There isn't enough time on the clock for a guaranteed lead swap. And oh, it's the Heavy. It's sitting, or the ballpoint sitting on the tower, making absolute miracles happen with that short range firing mode. 35 to 34. They're 1 point away from the lead, and the lead does swap.
That is the lead, and with 12 seconds left. Or they just need to keep the tower here. They don't even need to get the next checkpoint. Sub Comet, suddenly they have so much to do just to get back in the game.
This fight is so important with this Tetris. The machine manages to get away from the Tetris. They're trying to re-slide her in, but they go down in the process. This is not looking good for Sub Comet here. That Tetris play was super important. It didn't quite work out. The Heavy goes down as well. They're forced to just try and touch tower here, but it's too late. The Booyah Bomb is coming out. But the Tri-Strikes are also out as well. The Booyah Bomb came out, but ooh. Oh, wow.
And
that was one of the games of all time.
Yeah, game 3 going to RR is 1 game away from the finals. That was quite a comeback, and that was quite the lead swap.
I'm out of breath.
Yeah. And that means
does mean RR is currently they've currently match pointed Sub Comet here.
Yeah.
They just gotta win 1 more. Sub Comet needs to win 2. But that does mean that Sub Comet has to win RR's counterpick twice, I believe.
No, they need to win on their own counterpick first.
Oh, win on their own counterpick. Yes. I totally remember how counterpicks work. I know how tournaments work. I'm a commentator.
Yeah. Yes, I can hear that. Sure, I do.
I'm curious what this counterpick is, because that's kind of losing on your counterpick when you lost on their counterpick so hard is pretty devastating, because you know that winning on their next counterpick is going to be pretty hard. If they have that many... It's clear that this team has prep. They have plans, they have the comps. They've labbed these things out to the point to where they can work like clockwork and when they're familiar with the map mode.
Yeah.
And so if they get their counter pick, it's going to be a huge uphill battle for Sub Comet to win this. But first they have to win their own counter pick.
Yes, first let's focus on game 4 before game 5.
Yes. I do think that counter pick kind of bit them in the butt there, just a little bit. Because picking tower control when you have an Ink Brush, especially on such a standard map mode, you're just going to see meta. That's where the meta thrives the most. And when you're fighting a comp that plays the meta, you can't run those like standard maps because the maps are standard because the meta works there. They're the most consistent with the other maps in the game. If the meta doesn't work on a map, people usually don't play that map. Because
yeah.
That's when you need to see gimmick strategies. That's when the really strange strats come alive the most. And I think they just had to pick quirkier. When you run a comp this quirky, your counterpicks have to be quirky to match. I'm really curious what they're going to run here, though. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like maybe Flounder, though I think that might be bad for the brush. Potentially Hagglefish. Ooh, Clam Blitz Manta. I think that Clam Blitz is a very smart choice here, actually. It's clear that Clam Blitz is RR's worst mode, potentially, or it might just be Sub Comet's best mode. You have that Ink Brush there, you have the Tetras, that mobility is going to be very good for Clams.
This is the mode where you beat RR, so get back to it. And this time, please do not miss the basket. You need to get all the points you can get. Please do not miss the basket.
This is going to be really interesting. Clamblitz Manta Maria is honestly really slept on, in my opinion. It's a fantastic map. I really like how it plays. And the fact that they kept pretty much everything from Splatoon 2 and then just made it a little bit better. Expanding some areas that were like kind of cramped. Adding a couple things, I think. Really good. I think the removal of that one block in all the other modes makes it a little bit worse. But the block is here in Clams. At least I think.
Yeah, the block is here in Clams and Clams only, and there are more options around the basket, and that's what we love. We love to have options, being able to diversify our play and have a variety of strategies. And right now, Sub Comet bringing back the Hydra, no changes, otherwise are very sure of their comp.
The Hydra is a weird pick, at least to my understanding. I feel like the Hydra would get left behind. The Tetras and the Brush moving at 1 trillion miles an hour all around the map. I feel like the Hydra is going to have a hard time keeping up, but they've obviously been making it work, so they might just be seeing something I'm not. But we do see the Tetra going for a very offensive play right off the bat, taking that flank that we were just talking about, trying to set up some control, getting a really nice angle for the rest of their team to be able to follow up on. You see the Brush sharking in their plat in their bunker as well. The Tetra gets a pick there. That pick is really big, but the Brush does go down, and so does the Neo Splash. This Tetra needs to be able to come back around and clean up here. Oh, what is this angle?
And that's what the Hydra can do on this map. Hydra here, absolutely a menace. He's going to have to run away from the Stamper, getting away with it still. That was a very good flank by the Hydra. The Hydra has to move back though. Right now RR are back in mid, back in control of mid. Ooh, but that pick on the Stamper is going to maybe shift things. No, the machine is going to end things. And right now it's just the Splash defending basket for Sub Comet. Sub Comet in full defense right now.
I don't know if anyone else saw that there, but from that camera angle, it kind of just looked like that Tetra died to nothing. It looked like they just spontaneously exploded, and then the camera panned around to reveal the machine that is directly behind them. But our Inkjet is coming out here, attempting to get some space, and it does look like this is going to be the first score. And they do have the Clams to follow up here. This is not looking very good for Sub Comet. This is going very differently from the first Clamblitz game.
Sub Comet right now, they got the picks, but overall RR was moving forward inexorably.
Ooh, Brush rushing down that Splash and managing to get into mid, collecting a bunch of Clams. That's part of the reason why Brush is so good here. That mobility just lets you have really good control over the objective by being able to pick up those clams really quickly. But it just looked like they've accidentally made a second ball, which isn't really what you want to see most of the time. Having two of them is kind of disadvantageous for you, because it really gives away your team's location.
Yeah, Rashi wants to stay a bit discreet, not to be picked off, but Inkjet is going to find them. That's RR so far. They have kept control, but they are 2 down right now, and Sub Comet, they are finally in a position to move forward. That Booyah Bomb is just going to ensure that mid is yellow, and Sub Comet looking to really move forward with 2 balls.
That trade with the machine is going to be really good for them, but their Tetras have also gone down. And the Sniper's pressing them, and the other 2 go down, and that is a staggered wipe. Oh, but we do see a jump in from the Tetras, very bold, getting 1. Ducking back to cover, but no, not quite. Still, getting that 1 pick is really good for them. That's going to disrupt RR's offense, and that well coming out is going to do the same. Flanking, getting 1, maybe 2. No. They're actually going to end up backing out. But no, with the wall fake out, getting the second 1.
Very nice double, and Sub Comet, they're getting the disruption, but they are not getting forward. It's like RR is always getting back in fast enough and not moving back, despite people from Sub Comet getting the picks. Meowie is going to get knocked down after the Reef Slider, and Sub Comet is still looking to get in and not really managing to.
But here comes the Booyah. It's going to be something. The Inkjet trying to shred the Booyah, but it doesn't work against other specials. It only works against Crab. But that Booyah Bomb is going to be pretty devastating. That brush going down is going to be really bad for them here. But then again, they do only need a very small push. But trying to get to the basket just a little bit early. We're going to have to see if their team can follow up on this. Oh my god, the Testra's coming in, getting a pick, going down, but that ball is going to be able to stall out for the brush. But no, they also went down there. And it's just going to be the Hydra here. It is not looking good for Sub Comet.
And with 30 seconds, Sub Comet needs something fast, because they need to get back mid, they need to get the clams, and they need to get basket, which they haven't done so far. RR has been so solid on this map mode. Arashi is going to get picked. That means it's just on the Tetras to really move forward and get something. Yeah, come on, you can do it. And no, the basket is getting opened by RR.
Oh wow, that's a wipe!
That wipe needs, because they have a ball. Bam, you can move forward, and you need to get forward right now. Sub Comet has one last chance, but they need to move in as fast as they can, and Yaoi is going to get picked with the Tetras. It's just a splash right now, trying to do anything, but RR is punching their tickets to the finals, and Sub Comet is getting home. Good games, but not enough.
Yeah, that could have been really huge there. I feel like that's happened twice in this set, maybe with a different team, but just barely losing. Very close games, like up until the end. If they had gotten that ball in, then they wouldn't have needed many clams to actually secure that win. I think they had enough clams just on them. If they had managed to get to the basket in time, things could have gone differently. But that is going to be a 3-1 for RR against Sub Comet. Very good set, very well played by both teams. These sets are so much fun to watch. I love this meta. Too bad it's going to change in this whole season. But yeah, we are going to go on a break for just a little bit. Don't go anywhere, because we are going to be right back with the finals, I think. Is it the finals?
Yes, it's the finals.
It's the finals. I'll learn tournament format someday, I promise.
Well,
but don't go anywhere, because we are going to be right back